Okay, so Ryan from LumenTek Electrical, where are you working today?
All over. Started off in Olds this morning, and yeah, we're in Red Deer now, and then heading back to Lacombe for
So
another quick job, and
all over the
hopefully
place.
back home in a reasonable hour.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you're working out at Olds and then you were in Red Deer and then you're going to be going back to Lacombe?
Yeah, and
Nice.
then yeah.
So what was your first job today?
First job is a garage that we're doing. So yeah, it's a new build from a contractor, and we're wiring it all and power put in there, and yeah. So
So is the main service on the garage or are you running power from the house to the garage?
this is an existing house, so the power is coming in from from the street to the house, and then we're taking basically a sub panel off the house panel, running it back to the garage.
Okay. And did you guys have to do the trenching or somebody else do the trenching?
Well, we're doing the trenching. It's
Ah.
it's nice and warm out for it today.
Oh wait, you recently got access to a trencher, didn't you?
We did, but it was kind of hard to get it back there, and I know there's a couple utilities nearby, so I didn't want to find them with the trencher.
Gotcha. So out with the old shovels it is.
Yeah.
Right on. And then what kind of features are they putting in this garage? Or are they adding in a welder or radiant heat or anything like that?
This one's more of our basic package. They're just doing a couple plugs. I think they're doing 4 lights, 2 outside lights, and then one. It's going to be a heater plug for now, but it's the same receptacle as a welder. So if he wants to weld in there, he can unplug the heater and plug his welder in.
Gotcha. And is this going to be an insulated garage or uninsulated garage?
As of now, there's no plans to finish it. So I think he's just going to run the heater when he's actually in there working, but eventually they're going to finish it.
Gotcha. Okay. And what was job number two? Which one was that out in Red Deer?
That was job number one in Red Deer. Job number two, oh, that was actually Red Deer as well. That's a kitchen reno.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, that's
So
a big one. They're going to be moving a bunch of walls and doing a bunch of stuff there. So
so what did you do there today?
I just quoted it. So
Oh, okay. You just quoted the kitchen renovation. What are they hoping to do? What is their wish list?
they've got like a kind of like a C-shaped kitchen. They want to take all the walls out and open it up and do a big, huge island and pot lights and everything. So yeah, that'd be a big job.
Nice. So are they moving the ovens and stoves and all of that?
Yeah, just enough that we can't reuse any of the feeds. So.
Right. And just a little bit, so that's going to cost them more.
Yeah, it's always how it goes. It's never the direction they get the cable gets longer. It's always the other way.
All right. So one of the things that, it comes up as a concern is it a finished basement or an unfinished basement?
Parts of it are unfinished. So I think we can get most of it done without cutting any drywall. And where we would normally have to cut drywall, our plan is to put pot lights in the hallway, and we can use the pot lights as our access to get the cable back.
Right. So you've got a nice raceway there you can use.
Yeah, so they got one unfinished room below the kitchen, and then yeah, pot lights through the hallway back.
Oh, I mean, it could be worse. Could be completely finished drywall ceiling the entire way. Then you have to, cut access poles the whole way. But I think that's a smart move to put recessed lighting, cut those 6-inch holes or whatever you want to put in there so you have some access, right? Not a lot of,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of people don't realize, the difficulties of running large cables or any cables through finished ceilings, right?
Yeah, and the cost of getting a drywaller in after is basically the same as the pot lights, and they get benefit of added light because right now that hallway's pretty dark, so kind of
Nice.
works out.
That works out just perfectly. And then are they putting in like a big double oven thing? Or are they just doing a gas stove, electric stove? Or what's their plan?
It's gonna be a standard oven, so just 40 amp circuit for that. It's just moving to the other side of the kitchen.
And some things that they probably didn't think about was the island. Like they need receptacles and islands. That changed in the last few years. So what is the code requirement for receptacles on kitchen islands?
You need one 20 amp plug on the end of the island, and if the island's over 8 feet, you need another plug at the other end. So, and then yeah, they're supposed to be GFI protected.
Even if there's no sink or dishwasher or anything?
Yeah, it's all everything in the kitchen's got to be GFI now, which is yeah, it's one of the newer rules they've come up with.
What about the branch circuits? Can the branch circuits, so if they have a GFCI, do they also have to have an arc fault breaker on them?
Not in the kitchen, unless we just found out if the dishwasher plugs in. So some of the Bosch dishwashers have a plug, not a hardwire connection. If they plug in, even if the plug's not accessible when the dishwasher's installed, it still needs an arc fault.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what other receptacles in the kitchen have to have an arc fault? I think it's just like dining room or accessory plugs, right?
Basically any plug now needs an arc fault except for your bathroom receptacles, your fridge, and a sump pump. Unless
And
it's kitchen counter plugs, then they can just be ground faulted.
okay, well, that's all right. At least it's protected, right? And then, okay, so then you have another job coming up in Olds, you said. No, Lacombe.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Old down Lacombe.
Okay, what's going on in Olds?
So it's we're doing a fourplex there. They're changing the entranceway. So there's two basement suite units that they're excavating down, putting a couple stairways in. So we got to do lighting in there. There's no smoke detectors in the whole building. So we got to run smoke detectors after the fact, which is it's not going to be easy. And then
No.
they also need emergency backup lighting in all the common areas.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's that type of a fourplex.
Yeah, I guess it was never permitted as a fourplex, so now it's all going to be brought up to code.
And there's common areas? That seems odd.
A couple of common hallways, so you can go
Oh,
down the stairs, and then there's a common hallway to both basement suites.
okay. Do they have to have, so they have to have the smoke detectors and they need emergency lighting, like emergency exit lighting?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good thing they don't need fire alarm because that would be, that, lots of surface pipe, I guess.
Yeah, no kidding.
Crazy. Okay, so that's that job. Anything interesting or cool about that one?
No, not yet. I'm sure once we get into it, it's an older building. There's always going to be some sort of surprises.
Always surprises with older buildings. Oh, what's the other one you're looking at in Olds and Lacombe area?
That one's just an AC install. That was just a quoted. Just look out, or sorry, just go out there and do a quote.
Okay,
Yeah.
so air conditioning. What kinds of things do you have to consider when you're doing a quote for air conditioning power?
Biggest thing now is making sure there's no other loads on the service that put it over the service size. So
Mm,
when you build the house, you have to calculate out all of the electrical loads, figure out your service size, and whenever you add anything, you're supposed to do that calculation again and make sure your service is still the right size. So this one, luckily, there's nothing else. It was just standard wiring. We can add an AC. They don't have to worry. We've had a few lately where they have hot tubs or EV chargers, and then we have to do a load shed device. So it turns off the hot tub or EV charger if you're getting too close to the maximum amount on your surface.
right, right. And that is a reality, and that's only come to play in the last little bit because before we never really had to worry too much about that. Have they changed the ratios of what is acceptable for your load count? Did they change the load counts?
They didn't change them, but I think they just started enforcing them. So
Hmm.
before it was one of those rules that unless you're like significantly over, they never checked and they wouldn't even ask you to show a load calculation. Now it's something that they seem to check right away when they inspect. So we always have it ready for if they ask for it.
Right. So it probably has to do with the EV chargers and stuff. That's
Yeah.
yeah. Because the amount of load that's on the overall electrical delivery system is getting higher with these EV chargers because some of them are like 40, 50 amps, right?
Yeah, it's huge. They use more than most houses use.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, because your house doesn't use that much power really when it's just your daily running, unless you're cooking Thanksgiving dinner, then you've got stove, oven, Your furnace is rolling, you've got your, all the stuff, all the lights are on, people are there. Maybe you have a hot tub running because it's, the fall. But other than that, your house doesn't use that much energy. Typically.
Yeah, most houses only use 4 or 5 amps most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. Very little, very little. So was there anything else interesting that you were, going to be working on today, or what do you got lined up for tomorrow?
Doing a bunch of office lighting tomorrow. So
Okay.
we're changing out a bunch of old fixtures, going LED panels. I think we got about 50 more to change in that one. So
Did you say
big one.
like 50?
50, yeah. We've already done, I think, almost 40. And we've got another 50 to do.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's good. I mean, it's good work. It's not too difficult. Are they choppers, or are they what kind of light are they?
Yeah, they're the 2 foot by 4 foot T-bar fixtures.
Mm,
And they're all 347 volt, which is awesome because then,
I see. Yeah.
yeah, so we got to make sure everything's locked out, tagged out, and there's 2 different panels everything comes from. One is 6 floors lower in the parkade, and the other one's in a locked like electrical room that locks every time you close the door. So
Oh, the logistics. Oh, if people only knew the troubles we have to go through as Sparkies, right?
and nothing's labeled, of course.
Of course, nothing's labeled, and you don't want to just short it out and make the breaker trip, because 347 is nothing to joke around with. It's pretty explosive, pretty spicy.
Yeah, and it's old and it probably wouldn't trip. I wouldn't trust those breakers too much.